Hi, Warren Cox here again with Shine Brighter Leadership. Today we're going to talk a little bit about solidifying the appointment, the importance of it, and tips to be more efficient when solidifying those. So solidifying your appointment is one of the most important things that you can absolutely do to ensure maximum support from your leadership, for new consultants, for immediate success, right? You want to make sure that you're setting really solid appointments so you're not wasting a lot of time and money and emotion trying to track down customers who may or may not be solid, right? It's vital in what you do. Make sure that you're getting the bill, you're taking all the proper steps so you can set yourself up properly, not just for yourself, but for the entire team and for all of your operations as well. One of the first and coolest things I ever learned when I got into solar was the fortune is in the follow-up, meaning you have to set right expectations and you have to follow up with your customers. When the data was pulled on the reasons that most people didn't go solar, the ones that had immediately signed up for solar but didn't end up actually getting installed, the main reason why was they didn't have enough contact with their sales representatives. So make sure that you follow up, whether you close that sale or whether you do not close that sale. You always want to make sure that you're following up. You want to make sure you're keeping good data so you can, throughout the years and as you continue to grow your pipeline, you can have a lot of stuff that you can follow up with, who people who might not have been customers then may be your customers now or in the future, or someone who might have canceled or had a reason to cancel. You did a good job of following up. You addressed one of their concerns. So one of the things that helps a lot when trying to book the appointment or solidifying the appointment is the two-option close. If you give somebody an open option, hey, Mr. Customer, when's the best time for you? What's the best day? When's your Puerto Rico trip? Can we do it after? It's a lot less likely to actually sit down, right? So a two-option close is a great way to use that. Mr. Customer, I have Wednesday and Friday. Do you have either one of those available? And then I have this time in the morning or these times during the evening. It works a lot better. It also gives you a goal to shoot for. If the customer doesn't have something in that time frame, then you can work something else out that works for both of you. But for the customer's brain, for their mindset, when you just give them the option of when's the best time for you, they're thinking about the masses of all the things that they have to do in their life. I've got to take my kids to soccer practice. I have this I have due for work. I have to go practice my baseball, whatever it might be, right? They're going to think about all of these things and it makes them almost seem overwhelmed. If you narrow it down to 2 days, right, then all they have to think about is what they have during those 2 days. And it's a lot less, it's a lot more likely that you're going to book a solid appointment. They're only going to think about what they have to do to that day. And then all you have to do is work out the proper timing for them. So today, the whole climate, how everybody buys everything, shops for everything, how we get our information, how we research stuff is completely different. So if you're still using, cards that are actual physical business cards, I feel like it's kind of out of date. I feel like most of those get thrown in the trash. One of the things that we really like to utilize is a digital card. There's a lot of free ones that you can actually go to. There's a lot of paid ones that are really good. But get yourself a very good digital card. Make sure it has your contact info on it. Make sure it's eye appealing for the customer. Make sure that it steers them to the right videos, the right resources, the things that when they go to do research, hopefully you're gearing them to do that research in the places that you would like them to go to first, right? That's going to knock a lot of their objections or concerns out of the way. It's also just shows them that you're a real person. Put real photos on there of yourself, of maybe your family. If you do have a family of doing things, not just, you don't have to be so professional in it. Let them know there's a real side to you as well. Also, to be able to track, it's vital to be able to track your business. But when you're giving a digital card in the ways that you share it, it's normally you're getting that person's contact info as well. And most of these digital cards, the applications that you can use, you can actually track what videos they're watching, when they're clicking through the stuff. You could get an alert from someone that you spoke with 3 months ago, and you can see that they're going through your actual video, right? Or they're going through your email, looking through and doing their research. It's a great time to be able to reach out You can also utilize that information that you've collected on rainy days when it's just, heavily storming. Here in Florida, we get a lot of just torrential downpours. So it's a way to utilize that information to reach out to customers because you did a great job. They have your information, but you also, in that digital business card, it's a transaction in which you're going to get that customer's information as well. It has a much easier feel to it, especially the ones that you can use a QR code, things like that, where all they have to do is take a picture. It's really no touch, no handoff in the ordeal. It's just something they can pull up. It directs them right to your websites, to your contact information, and to the research that you want them to see first. Here's a couple tips when you're actually giving out or getting your digital card to someone. Make sure that you try to turn beside them. I like to pull up my digital card, show them what it looks like, tell them, hey, this is an electronic card. I'm going to text this to you. It will take you to my information, picture of my ugly face and my beautiful family, but it has our websites on there. It has some videos, customer testimonials. Try to steer them in the right direction with that. Also, you're almost siding with the customer when you do that. It gives them a little bit of relax. It takes down a block off of that wall that they built, right? It also helps you get into a text message relationship with the customer, which a lot of people nowadays are just much more apt to be in text relationships. They will actually respond more. A lot of times they won't remember your contact information or your phone number. So if you try to reach out by phone, they might not answer. They might not have the time to respond. If you send a text, they're going to see it. If they feel comfortable with you, they feel much more comfortable sending you a text. If it's something where they can't answer a call at a certain time of day, maybe they're at work, maybe they're with their children, or they're at dinner on date night or something, right? Then it gives them time to be able to respond to that text as well. They're more apt to actually give you an answer or to get back into touch with you at a later date if they couldn't answer at that time. So here's a few takeaways and tips that really have helped me solidify the appointment. First one is stand beside the customer. When you're handing out your card, when you're giving them information, when you're showing them slicks, anything like that, make sure you're standing beside them. When you're giving them a calendar invite, it works really well. Make sure you're sending them a calendar invite so it sends them a reminder for that. So you can do proper follow-up, right? The fortune's in the follow-up, but make sure you stand beside the customer. Let them hold your phone when they're scrolling through your digital card, right? It'll make them much more comfortable to give out their information to be able to send that card to. Make sure that if you do proceed and you do succeed in getting their info and sending them that digital card, make sure that they save that contact info in there. I love to put it in there as Warren, the solar guy. If they forget my name, which they will, and by tomorrow probably, but in weeks or months, if they forget your name, all they have to do is go through their contacts and look up solar. So make sure you tell them that, make sure they save them that. Save me as Warren, the solar guy. Now you have a solar guy or solar gal, right, that you can go to. But all you got to do, you forget my name, you can go right in there and look up solar. I'm going to pop up there right for you to be able to contact. So if you need anything, you have any questions, it's going to make it much easier for you to find me in your phone as well. Put the appointment date and time in text as well. It's great to send calendar invites. Do that. The more the better, I think, in a lot of times. But make sure you also text over. You're texting over your digital card already, right? Make sure you text them that time of the date of the appointment, and also send a reminder. You always want to follow up, especially if the appointment is 2 or 3 days out. It's best to get them in as quick as possible. But if the appointment is further than 2 or 3 days out, make sure you're sending them a reminder, the day before. Don't give them an out, but make sure you confirm that appointment, especially if it's going to be something where you have drive time involved or you're a mentee in a mentor style program. Utilize the give and take. So after you've gotten everything done, you've got your pitch out, you've got your appointment, you've got your date, you've got your time set. I really like to use kind of the give and take method there. I like to respond to the homeowner. Hey, Mr. or Mrs. Homeowner, I really appreciate it. I look forward to meeting with you at Thursday at 2 p.m. But I want to let you know that if anything comes up, if I have an emergency or anything that comes up, I'm going to let you know well ahead of time right? I'll make sure I let you know as soon as possible. I'm really good about being on time and being here. But if I do have an emergency come up, of something of that nature, I'll let you know with as much notice as possible. But I do ask the same thing, if that's okay. Make sure that if you have an emergency come up, something that was unexpected, make sure you let me know with as much time ahead of time so I can backfill that slot for another customer. I think when you do it that way and you label it almost as an emergency that comes up, they're not going to waste your time. They know that you're taking their time serious as well. You're giving, hey, I'm giving you my time also, but I know I'm taking your time. But make sure that it's important, and that if you cancel, that it's going to be something important. It's not just going to be, oh, I forgot I had this, and something simple, or, oh, I don't really feel like that. My house isn't vacuumed. The small things that people might cancel over, I think it locks them in a little bit firmer to knowing that that appointment is serious, and that's something outside of an emergency that you truly expect them to be there. And outside of something, of an emergency on your part, you're going to be there as well, and you're going to be on time. I think this really helps. I hope this helps you all. Hope it helps you solidify your appointments a little more, and get more quality sit downs that you can turn into installs to help create a better environment and a better finance for yourself and your family. Thank you all for your time.